ancient period of mathematics covers approximately 3000 BC to 500 AD, a time when early civilizations began developing mathematical ideas that would later shape modern mathematics. This period shows how mathematics first emerged from human needs such as survival, construction, trade, and understanding the natural world. The ancient period of mathematics began as a practical tool used in everyday life. Early humans relied on observation, logic, and simple calculations to solve real-world problems. In ancient Egypt, mathematics developed out of necessity. When the Nile River flooded, it erased land boundaries. So, Egyptians used geometry to measure and divide land again. They also applied mathematics in engineering and architecture, especially in building the pyramids, which required precise measurements and planning. In Mesopotamia, mathematics became a system for organization. They developed one of the earliest number systems, a base 60 system, which is still reflected today. In how we measure time, 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. Mathematics was also used in trade, astronomy, and record keeping. In ancient India, mathematics reached a major breakthrough with the development of the concept of zero and the place value system, one of the most important ideas in mathematical history. This system made calculation easier and more efficient, forming the foundation of modern arithmetic. Pythagoras believed that numbers are the foundation of reality. He is known for the Pythagorean theorem, which is still widely used in construction, engineering, and navigation. He also studied patterns in music, showing that mathematics exists even in sound. Euclid, known as the father of geometry, organized mathematical knowledge into a logical system. His book Elements became the foundation of geometry for over 2,000 years. He emphasized that mathematical truth must be proven through logical reasoning. Archimedes made important discoveries in volume, density, and buoyancy. His ideas are still used in physics and engineering today. He also worked on approximating the value of pi and developed principles used in inventions and mechanics. Plato believed that mathematics is essential for intellectual development. He saw mathematics as a way to train the mind to think deeply and understand truth beyond what is visible, making it a key part of education and philosophy.
So we will be discussing mathematics in the medieval period. The medieval period of mathematics spanned from the 5th century to the 15th century. This period served as a bridge between ancient mathematics and modern mathematics. During this time, mathematics continued to grow and develop through the contributions of different civilizations. One of the most important developments was the shift from Roman numerals to the Hindu-Arabic numeral system. The new number system allowed faster, easier, and more efficient calculations, which greatly improved the trade, science, and education. Key developments in medieval mathematics. Several areas of mathematics became more advanced during the medieval period. First is algebra. Algebra became more structured and systematic, especially in solving equations. Second is arithmetic. Arithmetic was widely used in trade, profit sharing, and currency exchange, helping merchants and businesses perform calculations more efficiently. Third is geometry. Geometry became important in art and architecture. It was used in designing buildings, mosques, churches, and other structures with precise measurements and patterns.
In India, mathematicians developed the concept of zero and improved the number system. Their contributions became the foundation of modern arithmetic and algebra. In China, mathematics focused on practical arithmetic. China's mathematicians used mathematics for engineering, business, and solving real-life problems. Muhammad al-Khwarizmi. Muhammad al-Khwarizmi was a Persian mathematician and engineer. He is considered one of the most important mathematicians of the medieval period. He was the first person to use proof by induction, which allowed him to prove the binomial theorem. His works greatly influenced algebra, and the word algorithm was derived from his name.
Hassan al-Haytham. Hassan al-Haytham studied mathematics, physics, astronomy, philosophy, and medicine. He promoted the scientific method, believing that hypotheses must be tested and verified through experiments. He also contributed greatly to optics and visual perception, helping improve scientific thinking and observation.
Jia Shan. Jia Shan was a Chinese mathematician known for introducing Pascal's triangle more than 6 centuries before Blaise Pascal. He used this triangular arrangement of numbers to calculate square roots and cube roots. His work showed the advanced mathematical thinking of the ancient China.
Omar Khayyam. Omar Khayyam was a Persian mathematician, astronomer, and a poet. He solved and classified cubic equations and studied Euclid's parallel postulate in geometry. He also helped create the Halili calendar, which became one of the most accurate calendar of its time.
Good day, everyone. Today, we will tell you a story about the brilliant mathematician of the Renaissance era and how their discovery changed the world of mathematics forever.
The Renaissance era, which means rebirth, was a period in Europe from the 40th to 70th century. During this time, people became more interested in science, art, literature, and especially mathematics.
Let us begin with Niccolo Tartaglia. He was born in Italy in 1499, but his childhood was filled with hardship and suffering. When Tartaglia was still young, his town was attacked during a war. He was seriously injured in the face and mouth, which caused him to develop a speech problem or stutter. Because of this condition, people call him Tartaglia, which means the stammerer. Even though many people underestimate him, Tartaglia did not allow his difficulties to stop him from learning. His family was poor, so he could not receive a complete formal education. Instead, he taught himself mathematics by reading books and practicing problems on its own. As he became older, Tartaglia became interested in algebra. One of the hardest mathematical problems during that time was solving cubic equation, or equation with a variable raised to the third power. Many mathematicians failed to solve this equation, but Tartaglia discovered a method that could solve certain types of cubic equations. His achievement was amazed scholars throughout Italy.
Our second mathematician is Girolamo Cardano, one of the most intelligent scholars of the Renaissance era. Cardano was born in Italy in 1501. He was not only a mathematician but also a doctor, scientist, inventor, philosopher, and astrologer. Cardano had a brilliant mind and loved solving mathematical puzzles. He became interested in Tartaglia's method for solving cubic equations. Eventually, Cardano convinced Tartaglia to share his secret method by promising not to publish it. Tartaglia trusted him and revealed the solution. However, after some time, Cardano discovered evidence that another mathematician had worked on similar equations earlier. Because of this, Cardano decided to publish the method.
The third mathematician we will discuss is Ludovico Ferrari, a talented student of Cardano. Ferrari was born in Italy in 1522. Even at a young age, he showed extraordinary talent and intelligence in mathematics. Ferrari focused on solving quartic equation, or equations with the highest exponent of 4. These equations were even more difficult than cubic equation. After years of study, Ferrari successfully developed a method for solving quartic equation. His discovery was considered revolutionary because it expanded algebra even further. Ferrari later participated in mathematical debates against Tartaglia. During the Renaissance era, public mathematical debates were very popular because they allowed scholars to test their knowledge and skill. Ferrari's confidence and mathematical talent impressed many people. He eventually became a professor and continued teaching mathematics. Although Ferrari died at a young age, his discovery became an important foundation for future mathematical studies.
Our last mathematician is Raphael Bombili, a man who helped mathematicians understand complex numbers. Bombili was born in Italy in 1526. During his time, mathematicians sometimes encountered strange answers involving the square root of negative numbers. Many scholars thought these numbers were impossible or meaningless because they could not understand how they worked. But Bombili became curious instead of afraid. He carefully studied these unusual numbers and tried to create rules for using them. In his book called Algebra, Bombili explained how imaginary and complex numbers could be used in solving equations. At first, many people doubted his ideas. However, mathematicians later realized that Bombili's work was extremely important. Today, complex numbers are used in engineering, electronics, physics, and computer technology. Without Bombili's courage to explore the unknown, modern mathematics would not be as advanced as it is today. Have you ever wondered how mathematics became the language of the universe, when at the beginning it was nothing more than the numbers and symbols?
Before formulas were written, before laws were known, how did the human mind dare to explain motion, patterns, and the very nature of reality?
In time of questions, a time of discovery, a time we know called the Enlightenment, many thinkers searched for answer, but among the three minds rose above the rest.
Through observation, through reasoning, and through discovery, they changed the way we understand the world.
These are the minds of Isaac Newton, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, and Leonhard Euler.
And today, we uncover how their ideas were born not just from knowledge, but from the courage to question and the power to think beyond what was known.
In a quiet moment, under a falling pen, a question is born. What force pulls everything downward?
while others only see an object falling, but Isaac Newton sees something deeper, something invisible, something universal. Through discovery, he begins to uncover laws hidden without nature itself. He develops calculus, and in his famous work, Principia Mathematica, Newton explains the laws of motion and universal gravitation.
What once seemed random, it now governed by order. The universe is no longer solid. It can be understood.
In another part of Europe, far from the falling pen, a different kind of mind is at work, not driven by observation alone, but by pure thought and deep reasoning.
Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz does not rely on what is seen first, but on what we understand through logic. And then, a mind that sees patterns everywhere. Numbers, formulas, connection no one noticed before.
Leonhard Euler observed the world of mathematics like a vast hidden design. Through observation, he connects ideas across different fields like algebra, geometry, and beyond. He introduces notations like f of x and Euler's number symbol e, making mathematics more powerful and universal.
Where others see separate ideas, Euler sees one connected system.
Good day, everyone. Now we will be discussing the modern period of mathematics, a time when mathematics developed into a more logical, abstract, and deeply structured field of study. The modern period of mathematics began during the late 19th century and continues to the present day. This period focused on deeper logical thinking, abstract ideas, and the foundations of mathematics itself. Mathematicians during this time explored not only how mathematics works, but also its limits, structures, and meaning. Mathematician Emery Lakatos' proofs and refutations studied how mathematical ideas develop and improve over time. He observed that mathematics is not always perfect from the beginning because mistakes and counterexamples can appear during problem solving. Because of this, Lakatos wrote his famous work Proofs and Refutations.
Gottlob Frege Begriffsschrift focused on creating a strong logical foundation for mathematics. He believed ordinary language was too unclear for accurate mathematical reasoning. To solve this problem, Frege created a symbolic system of logic in his work Begriffsschrift, also called concept script. This system introduced formal logic, where mathematical statements are expressed using precise symbols. Frege wanted to show that mathematics could be fully based on logic. His contribution became the foundation of modern mathematical logic and analytic philosophy, making mathematical reasoning clearer and more systematic. Kurt Gödel, in Completeness Theorems, studied formal mathematical systems and asked whether every mathematical truth could be proven. Through deep analysis, Gödel developed the incompleteness theorems. These theorems prove that in any consistent mathematical system, there are true statements that cannot be proven within that same system. This discovery changed mathematics forever because it revealed that mathematics has limitations. Not every truth can be completely explained or proven through formal systems. Gödel's work greatly influenced logic, philosophy, and the foundation of mathematics.